right, I'm gonna open it up for questions.
Brent, can you just talk a little bit about the fourth down play at the end, or the two-point conversion play, excuse me, at the end, what you guys were looking for? And the offense just seemed to be struggling with drops all season. How tough did you guys shoot yourself in the foot with drop passes?
Yeah, I had a chance to win there. Got the coverage and defense that we hoped to get, and they did a good job of staying back outside of the route. So we were able to hold it a little bit longer. I think we worked one over the middle was working over late, but I'd go for it again in every situation. And but yeah, I mean it affects the rhythm of your offense. I think we had 7 that we counted clean drops, and it's hard to win, no matter what. And when you got guys, you're trying to get into a rhythm on offense, and some of the basic things. Had a really tough holding call. I thought it was the right call. Looking at it, it was the right call. We just got to work on our fundamentals on it, be a little cleaner, getting our pads square so we don't expose ourselves there. But that was a huge one, and we have opportunities for several explosive plays, which have been really hard on us all year. And I thought Mike really did a great job putting the ball right where it needed to be several times, several times over. And who knows, how that could have, changed, the game in a tight game. I think everything matters.
In the middle.
I'll go. Brent, if you could talk about, expound a little bit on Michael's start, really fast, really nice, efficient start, and then the way he finished the game was great. But what was your assessment of what happened in the middle there?
Well, again, I think, yeah, he was really good and great rhythm early and late. And then again, the rhythm was affected with, again, just several drops. And had a penalty on the one drive. We didn't convert a couple of fourth downs that we got to convert in order to win. And another really good drive, we missed the field goal. We had several drives that, where we moved the ball. And but again, between we had a couple of penalties and the drops, those affected obviously the rhythm and big plays, potential touchdown plays.
Why go for 2 instead of the tie?
Like we were going to get exactly what we thought we were going to get, and we've worked hard in that situation all year long, but we've worked it particularly the last few weeks. And that situation, when it was 4 minutes to go in the game, we knew if it was under 30 seconds, we were going to go for 2. So we made that decision earlier in the drive. But again, we liked our look, liked our opportunities there.
Did you ever think about, because they didn't have a kicker, was that ever in
They
their
didn't
mind?
have a kicker?
Well,
I don't know what they did or didn't. If they told you that, I wasn't told that.
Well, they went for it after they tried a field goal and missed, and then they went for it. And they
Yeah.
found it.
Didn't affect us.
Michael, wanted to ask you about your perspective on those 2 plays. First, the touchdown pass to Jake Roberts, what you saw as that play developed, and then the conversion play.
It was a great call going into the tight red zone. The corner sat flat, so Jake worked around him. So it was just a great play and just a great connection on that. And then the 2-point play, like Coach said, we got what we wanted. They kind of covered it, matched it up. So.
Brent, it felt like we didn't see Xavier a lot today. Was that part of the game plan, and how'd you feel like Gavin Sawchuk?
I thought, again, Gavin he started off really hot, did well early, and we played several guys, all 4 backs, all touched the ball today, and we weren't running, great behind our pads at times, and I think that affected some of it, rhythmatically as well.
Kobe, we talked to you yesterday about defending this offense. It was just a handful of plays, but what went wrong on the big plays Nate was able to hit?
I wouldn't necessarily say that a lot of things went wrong. I just feel like we got undisciplined with our eyes. And, as you can see, that leads to big plays. If you aren't disciplined to continue to do the same things over and over and take your eyes to your keys, you get exposed.
Brent, you had a 14-point lead at one point. What do you think happened from that point that you lose that lead, and how did that affect your team?
Well, again, I thought the rhythm of the game early, we had an opportunity there if we can put together a drive to go down and score, potentially put it up 21-0. And so when we converted a fake punt on one of the drives and then got down to a 4th and 1, and again, they knocked us backwards. We weren't able to get it and came up short. We had a couple of 4th and shorts on their end of the field, one at our end of the field, one on their end of the field, that we weren't able to convert. And one of them, obviously, they go back and they score. When we weren't able to convert it, they were able to score and cut it to 14-7 at halftime. But we had an opportunity there to really seize the momentum early in the game, where we were even going into halftime. The stats were close to 2-1, whether it's first downs or time of possession or total yards, things of that nature. But you get these small windows in the course of a game to be able to, capitalize, and we just didn't do some of the, the basic things that you got to do in order to win and put somebody in a really tough position.
Far side.
Brett, I know the flow of the game dictates a lot of this, but would you have ever guessed that you would have thrown the ball 43 times today? And Coach Arbuckle, what was his role during the game?
He's coaching the quarterbacks during the game, and I thought we had a lot of easy access, throws. And again, who knows what the numbers would have been had we, caught the ones that, hit us in the breastplate. But that's the game of football. Again, at the end of the day, had a chance to, to win the game there at the end. And really an excellent drive by Mike and the offense there. Really made some really good plays, and it's a shame, came up short.
Jenny.
Brett, I know the game's just a few minutes over, but the totality of this season, can you kind of, in your mind, sort of give us your thoughts just on the overall
Yeah.
picture of things?
Again, just disappointed. Obviously everything falls on me. So if we dropping it, or we're not converting 4th down, or we're missing field goals, or we're giving up, explosive runs, everything falls, at my feet. And so really disappointed in myself, and I need to be a lot better. And I think that goes without saying. Go 6-7, and you did all these things right. So just got to be a lot better. We got a lot of experience coming back, and we know the reasons. We had a lot of guys that had opportunity this year that happened because of guys not being available, and I think we gained valuable experience that will pay off. My expectation is it will pay off, and but we got a lot of work to do, but we got a great group of guys coming back, and a great foundation coming back, and we've recruited well. And so, I'm anxious to, the players need some time off. The coaches need, not me, but the coaches need some time off too. They're not going to get much because the portal's open, and here over the next several days. But man, we got a lot of work to do to get back on that in January, and I'm excited for that and what our next team, has, the potential to become. And with the guys coming back and the guys that we've recruited, I'm really excited about the foundation. But take no, solace in that. Just I'm hurt for the players because I know they've worked hard. I know it's easy to take shots at certainly at us as coaches. We're the coach, and that's why we got the whistle and all that, and taking shots at the players too. Everybody's disappointed, embarrassed, all of those things, but I'm not embarrassed of the fight, the commitment, the work, the belief, the strain, the sacrifice, all the things that these guys have represented. I'm not in any way, shape, or form embarrassed or disappointed in them for that. But we got to be better. This is a game of performance, and it's a game of doing, and we fell, well short of that this year.
Barry.
Yeah, Jake, you came back to your hometown school, didn't have the year anyone expected. Can you encapsulate the disappointment of this season from your perspective?
Yes, sir. I appreciate the question. It's been great coming back. I mean, I'm getting to live out a childhood dream and, chase my dream of, playing at the highest level in the SEC and hopefully into the future. And, I mean, obviously not the year we wanted to have, but although there's a lot of disappointment, there's been a ton of growth, and you learn how to fight through adversity. You learn how to come back to work maybe when you don't want to, or when everyone's kicking you down, or beating you down a little bit. And although it's disappointing, I mean, I'm not gonna say I would change anything. I mean, I'm thankful and blessed to have been a Sooner, and I mean, I'm excited to see what Team 131 does. This stuff is just learning and experience, and you take the adversity, you learn from it, you move on. So although disappointing, I wouldn't change anything, and I'm thankful to do what I've been able to do.
Michael, talk about your first half. Offense was moving pretty good. You had a nice scramble for the touchdown. Second half, things a little bit tighter. This kind of contrast first and second half from your perspective at quarterback.
I think we just came out pretty strong, but second quarter came. I think we got a little relaxed and didn't just take what they gave us at certain times, and just we weren't together as a team in that second quarter, and even the third quarter a little. So I feel like we got back on track after that. But I mean, going into a game like this, you have to stay on track the whole game, be together, and yeah.
Michael, can you talk a little bit about the importance of these next few months for this offense to get to know Coach Arbuckle, and for yourself? You're going to be in a quarterback competition with John Mateer. Can you talk a little bit about Mateer joining the team, what he brings to the quarterback room?
Yeah, it's a great opportunity for everyone. Bringing a guy in, I think we need a guy. We need a guy in our room. So I think the biggest thing for everyone else as an offense is just get the offense down as quick as you can together, and get the chemistry right, and build a Team 131 as an unbelievable team going into this season, and just sticking together. John Mateer is a great guy. I talked to him at breakfast, so he's a great guy to be around. So I'm looking forward to that.
You didn't get the win, but how good is the minute 43 drive at the end to give it to one? What does that do for you in the offseason that you were able to drive the team down here to score?
It's a great feeling. There's obviously a lot of things we could have cleaned up during that drive. Everything's not perfect, but I think that shows our O staff and our team that we know we could drive down the field whenever we want. But it's just the little details, like everyone says. So, yeah.
I wanted to ask about the 95-yard touchdown run by Horvath. It looked like the linebackers kind of parted. One took maybe wrong step, and both your safeties flowed to the
Yeah, they got a
option.
pull. They have a puller, a blocker, a guard pull, and we got to be in and out. We missed the fit, and we missed the fit. He did a good job of keeping it tight. He's got great speed, and you got it for 60 minutes. That's what that team can do to you. When you miss a fit, and we played well for a good part of that game, and there's a couple of explosive plays there that they make you pay. So that was a tough one there. I think that was the second drive of the second half. And but all that being said, we still came right back the very next drive, and offense fumbled the ball coming out, and we again knocked them backwards, and they missed a field goal there. And then again, I thought they had probably their best drive was a 12-play, 60-plus yard drive there, where they converted a few third downs, and I thought that was maybe their best drive of the game. But defense, man, they fought their butt off. I thought top to bottom they did what we needed them to do to give ourselves a chance to win. But Navy's good offense.
You mentioned several times that everything falls on you and you're responsible for everything. I'm wondering, because you've had so much going on with the portal, do you go back and reevaluate things on your staff, even hiring Ben? Do you look at maybe positions that haven't maybe been recruited well enough or haven't developed well enough, and look at making changes there at all?
Again, this isn't time to say any of those things, other than I look at everything. When you win, you look at everything, but you certainly do it. Being 6 and 7, you look at every single part of your program and you evaluate all of it.
How much work do you think you have left in the portal at this point?
Yeah, we'll have a few more guys that we're focused on, and hopefully meet those needs here in the first portal window. And if not, and we still feel like there's some spots that we got to address. We'll look at the spring portal, but we'd like to get it done, in the early one.
Brent, can you talk about the resiliency of some of the veteran players in your offense? They're going to learn from a third offensive coordinator in 2 years. Just the challenge they have ahead of them, and how do you expect them to tackle
Yeah,
that?
I don't look at it as a third offensive coordinator necessarily. No, because systematically, we're in the same system with same group of coaches. But again, I think, like I said earlier, to open up, I think that this is a group of guys. What we have coming back have gained invaluable experience and have had tremendous growth. You'd like to align the growth with winning too. Unfortunately, it hadn't been the case, but learned some really hard lessons that the game will teach you. But I do believe that top to bottom, whether it's guys up front, at running back, at receiver, at quarterback, the development piece, although it didn't equate to wins, is very real, and it'll pay off when we get back going again here, starting in January and we get into spring ball in late February.
How invaluable was it having been for these month of December, and then in-game action on the sideline? How much of a jump will he get with this past month?
Yeah, again, I don't think same thing. You can put a real value on that too, as opposed to being somebody that's been here and then out, not really here, just evaluating, as opposed to what he actually did and having to get in the quarterback room and get at practice and run the indie drills and break down the tape with them and help them get ready, to compete in the game and get in front of the team as well in the same type of role that we had all the coaches, get in front of the team, what my guys got to do to have a chance to win. I think that gets everything just kick-started. There's some level of comfort, for the players and what they can expect, who this the new coach is, and what they can count on when we get back going again.
Time for one more.
Brent, you played today without two of your best players on defense, and they played pretty well for the most part. Is that, I mean, it's got to make you a little bit proud as a coach, knowing that defense is ready to move on to the next phase.
Yeah, no doubt. And again, I think, speaking of Danny and Billy, and told those guys again today, man, they did an amazing job while they were here. To me, the legacy isn't about being All-American and pick six Billy and all that. The legacy is making the group better than when you got here. And I don't think I need to remind anybody, what Oklahoma has been, on defense for a decade, and historically bad on that side of the ball. And the rebuild and the development, the improvement, the reestablishment of high standards on defense, those guys, along with Ethan and Woody, and many of the other players that played today, were a huge part of, turning things in the right direction on defense. And we got a lot of work to do still, a lot of work. And we're not where we want to be yet. But at the same time, I think I would be negligent if I didn't recognize the investment that those guys have had, the influence and impact that they've had. And again, just a few short years ago, I think in the playoffs, LSU scoring 60, Alabama, they're still scoring as well. And not beating our chest, I'm just recognizing what happened. And those guys were a huge part of that. So really, really thankful for all those seniors and the group of guys that, they've seized their opportunity. That young group of players that are returning and a few veterans, they really, stepped up, and just I'm proud of all of them.
All right. Thank you very much, guys.
All right.